What's up, YouTube? We got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the Recess Snack. So, I'm thinking this is probably the first look at it. I've actually got to play with this a good bit. Tyler had a prototype that was more or less the final shape, but not the final art and blast and all of that at East Coast Masters. So, the final tweaks of the Recess Snack will be available this week at your favorite retailers. I believe there's already a box at SW Randall, so if you want to call them and check it out, you can do that. But let's get into the Recess Snack. So start off with the specs of this bad boy. It's 39 millimeters wide. It is 50.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs in at a very nice 66 grams right on the button. They're going to retail for $55 for all colors. There's a few splashes, there's a few solid colors, and it's just a lot of goodness. I mean, so pocket-sized yo-yos aren't necessarily my favorite types of things, but man, this shape is killer. So let me kind of show you guys shape size here. This is just an awesome shape. You know, nothing too super fancy, but it's kind of got that sort of like rounded off H shape, kind of like a squished orca type of deal going on here. You know, lots of yo-yos end up kind of around this shape, but this is a good shape. That cut under there, very nice. Kind of everything just sort of fits right. Got a nice thumb grind lip there. While it's very small, you kind of get, I know it's like everybody says this, but you kind of get big performance. And there's sort of a lot of truth to this one because it's not that undersized. Like, it's still a decent sized yo-yo. It would be more or less what would have been considered full-sized in like 2010, 2011. You know, maybe a hair small at that point in time, but it's still, you know, undersized for today's standards. Just for like size comparison, here it is next to a shutter. So you'd say, you know, you say a shutter is pretty much, you know, full size. Yo-yo, that's about standard. So here it is next to the shutter. As you can see, you know, smaller than the shutter in every way, but not that much smaller. What it does is it's not bulky. So if you're going to stick it in your pocket, it's not a bad yo-yo to stick in your pocket. Here, look, show you. So fits in your pocket nice. You know, not real bulky. I mean, it's about as bulky as a set of, like, bulky keys, you know what I mean? So, fits in your pocket nice. Just, it'll fit in a bag nice. It'll go everywhere, because it's not too huge, but it's not so small that you miss out on, like, a lot of good play. You know what I mean? Like, it still plays really nice, but it's not huge and bulky. Not necessarily something you'd want to take and be your competition yo-yo. Maybe you would. I don't know. It performs pretty well. But if, like, let's say you take, you know, your two bimetals to a competition, but you kind of just want a chill yo-yo to sort of, you know, wander around. You don't want to throw, you know, maybe you don't want to throw your bimetal all the time. And, you know, because it's very performance driven. This is a fun yo-yo to also have with you and just kind of carry around and throw with you. But then you could put it away and stick in your pockets and just, you know, hang out and chill, and it's not, you're not trying to stick a, you know, wide competition bimetal in a pocket or something. You got this, you put your bimetals in your bag, and, you know, this can go in your pocket while you try other people's yo-yos and all that other stuff. This will be great for that, and if I can hang on to this, this may be the one yo-yo I end up taking to Chicago, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Hang around with everybody, playing with the snack. The only other thing I have to say about that is I like this shape so much that I would totally also be down for the lunch. So if there's a bigger version, a bigger CAD that you guys have been playing with, that's basically the same shape, but, you know, full size, called the lunch. I'd be down for some lunch, too. Have a tasty snack, have a delicious lunch, be some good yo-yos. I'm just saying. I got ideas. We'll talk, Tyler. But this is probably enough about me talking about it, guys. Let's go ahead and throw it around, and I'll show you what this thing can do. All right, guys, we are back with the Recess snack. So this was actually handed to me first at Yo-Yo Club. Not this one exactly, but the prototype. As soon as like Tyler showed up to Yo-Yo Club the week before East Coast Masters, he handed me the prototype. He goes, "You want to try your new yo-yo?" And tossed it around and was like, "Holy cow!" Like, usually, like I said, little yo-yos like this aren't my thing. But, like, I've really been enjoying this. This one's Kai's, or at least Kai handed it to me. I don't know if it's Kai's. But this is the full-on production run version. They showed up, like, the day after East Coast Masters in Pittsburgh. So hopefully there are a bunch at SW Randall as I speak. That would be cool. But, I mean, this thing just plays great. It's really, like, for its size, it's really stable. It's really nimble. You can kind of play quick with it. You can kind of, like, it binds really nice. It's just a nice yo-yo. Like, you know, regardless of its size, it's just a nice yo-yo. Now, because it is a little smaller, it's not as easy to use as, say, a full-size competition bimetal would be, but it's surprisingly easy to use for its size. Grind finish is very nice. You know, Recess doesn't neglect that stuff. And the grind finish on this is real nice. It's a nice sort of blasted, smooth finish. It is, as far as smoothness is concerned, this one's dead smooth. Like 10 out of 10, premium, no vibe, excellent smooth. And I've taken it apart, and Kai had it before I had it, so God knows what he did to it, but it's smooth. It's nice, and it feels premium at the same time, and it doesn't feel tiny. Like, the weight at 66 grams, I feel like 66 grams is a good weight, because it's not heavy at all. It doesn't feel like a rock or anything. It still feels kind of like, you know, just nice and stable and nimble. But at the same time, it's like, it's just about the right balance, especially for the size. There is a nice thumb grind lip on here that is very easy to get. No issues whatsoever. I mean, your thumb literally just locks into it. It's like, it's easy. It's great. Perfect for that stuff. As far as fingerspin's concerned, there's no, like, bumps or dimples or anything getting in your way, but it's really just kind of a flat cap. And the engraving, at least on the Midnight Snack version, it's going to kind of get in your way a little bit. But you can still do them. Like, it's not going to be the best fingerspin yo-yo, but you can totally do fingerspins on them. It's not hard to catch, and it's not going to be hard. The trick that I'm having with it is, like, because it's so small, catching the bind, and because it's not going to spin that long on your finger, catching the bind in a, like, reasonable time is probably really the only issue that I have with it. But I probably only ever do fingerspins on camera, so the fact that I hit them at all is sort of, you know, a good way to a good indicator that it ain't that hard. But yeah, I mean, what else can I say about it? It's a fun yo-yo. It's fun to take with you. It's a good, like, everyday carry or pocket yo-yo, or, you know, just extra yo-yo to have on you to play with, but it's fun. And I think, you know, part of Recess, there's two parts of Recess. They have a big team, and that team's really good, and they have a lot of great competitors, so they need to put out good competitive yo-yos for them. But Recess is also about fun, so they also need to make sure that they're doing fun yo-yos, and this is certainly a fun yo-yo. And I think this is going to retail at $55. So that's definitely something that's not going to break the bank, and be worth it, because, you know, support Recess, you're supporting a good team, you're supporting, you know, a team and a company that really supports a lot of contests, big supporter of the yo-yo community, and this is a good price for a good yo-yo. I mean, it's hard to hard to say anything else about it. It's a good yo-yo. Let's go ahead and throw it back on the desk. We will go ahead and take it apart, and I'll show you guys what the insides look like. All right, guys, we are back on the desk with the Recess snack. So it's take this bad boy apart, show you guys what the insides look like. Really just overall impressed with the sort of like premium feel of this, because usually tiny pocket yo-yos, people kind of go for not so premium, but this is going to be like a very premium pocket yo-yo, and I don't know if that's harder, but I feel like less of them are good. So comes apart nice. No real issues with it coming apart. As you can see, I mean, there's a lot going on in here. Like, that little bump in there is kind of rounded over. Goes right to the response pads. They use those sort of clear, smoky pads that I think are great. Cool little, like, undercut there in the, before the lip. Just a nice design overall. I mean, like I said, I would be totally down for the full-sized version of this design. Call it the lunch and get me one. I like it in black, actually. This is good. Black is good. I don't know how you're going to, like, this is the midnight snack. So I don't know what you would call a black lunch, but, you know, it'd be good, too. Standard center track bearing that Recess always uses. It's nice and smooth. Spins a long time. You know, what can you say about it? It's a good bearing. They use good bearings. It's a good yo-yo. Looking good from all aspects of it there. Nice blasted finish. Looks good. Kind of shiny, but still blasted. Good for grinds. I like the engraving. I think the art for the snack is by Paul Escalar. Super cool there. Goes back together pretty nice. Tight at the end, but screws together nice at the beginning. You know, basically what you'd want, what you'd expect in a Recess yo-yo. Doesn't feel like it's going to strip. Feels like it's nice and solid feeling. So let's do pros and cons. Pros. Pocket friendly. Very nice, but not overly small. Like, it's not so small that it sacrifices playability. I feel like there's only ever been really 2 small yo-yos that have been that way. This is one of them, and then the Yo-Yo Freaks, the Mono, are the only 2 really that are like small but not so small that they sacrifice play. So, you know, those probably, like, I'm pretty harsh on small yo-yos because I just wouldn't use them very much. But I like this, and this is good, and I've been picking this up a lot, and I've been having a good time with it. Grind finish is great. No sacrifice to that at all here. The colors that they chose are very cool, very Recess. Like, you know, the fruit punch and, you know, but your standard colorways that Recess always uses. Very cool in that regard. I like the midnight snack. I think that's a very cool. I think it's very cool. It looks good. And, you know, good bearing, good response. Nothing really to say bad about any of that. Thumb grind lip. You get a good thumb grind lip there. I feel like everybody neglects thumb grind lips. Lately, I haven't seen many that are just like, you can lock it in like that. But this one does not. It is there. So, you know, thumb grind tricks, thumb grind transfers, grind to thumb grind transfers. Very cool, very easy to do, very easy to hit. And I appreciate that because I think it's fun. Cool stuff like that. The other thing that is just nice about it is it's a nice shape. Like, the fact that it's small, it doesn't, like, sacrifice on, like, extra little cuts and stuff like that. So it's a nice design overall. Doesn't play heavy, but it is a little heavier, so you get a lot of that. So you still have that mass, so you get spin time. So it's also got good spin times and you know, everything like that. So you're not really sacrificing much performance. Really, the only downside to smaller yo-yos, and this isn't really necessarily a con, it's just like smaller yo-yos, is that they're harder to hit because they're not as wide. That being said, though, this strikes a pretty good balance, and I gotta say I haven't had much trouble with it. So, you know, maybe it's me, maybe I'm actually just getting better at it, maybe I'm getting used to it because I've had it for a little while now, but it strikes a pretty good balance with performance and pocket friendliness and just everyday carryability. So, really good design from that aspect. Like, I feel like they didn't go too far one way or the other with it. It just kind of was like, well, let's just make a good pocket yo-yo, but let's make it still something people want to play with. And that's what this is. Only con, I would say, is that if you're super into finger spins, engravings and stuff on this is not going to make it the easiest for it, but it's not a finger spin yo-yo. So, I'm sort of stretching there, but, you know, I know everybody likes finger spins. I know everybody talks about them a lot, and a yo-yo's finger spin ability. This is not necessarily a finger spin yo-yo, so that might be a con to you. It's not to me, because I think it's just magnificent for everything else. So, that's going to do it, though, guys. This is the Recess Snack And what a tasty snack it is. You're going to want to pick it up when they drop. I believe they drop this week, so it may have dropped by the time you're already watching this video. If it does, there will be links down in the description. I'm pretty sure there's already some at SW Randall. So if you want to grab one and you want to grab one early, give them a call at SW Randall. I'm pretty sure they will ship these bad boys to you for free. Can't beat that, right? But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Recess snack. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Check the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Cheers to you. And I'll see you next time.